Welcome to this video, in which I'll show you how to optimally import leads into Waalaxy from a LinkedIn search. To do this, go to the Prospects tab. Then, on the right-hand side, click on Import. Then Import via LinkedIn search. It's not essential to have LinkedIn's premium package, Sales Navigator, to import leads into Waalaxy, but there are a few tricks to follow. Let's take a look at them together. First and foremost, and many people make this mistake, don't use the search bar to look for leads. In our example, we're going to target photographers. If you enter photographer in the search bar, you'll end up with prospects who may have put photographer on their profile in their hobby, for example, or in their study. So don't do that. To search for photographers, go to All Filters and scroll down to fill in photographer in titles. This will give us only prospects who have the word photographer in their LinkedIn title, as can be seen here. So we can see that there are 63,000 prospects who stand out as photographers on LinkedIn. That's far too many, of course. In any case, LinkedIn doesn't give you access to more than 1,000 results from a standard search, so it wouldn't have been possible to import them all. And anyway, we need to filter the search more to personalize the message later and improve the accuracy of our prospecting campaigns. What we can do, for example, is segment by geographical area. For example, if we're looking for photographers only in Rennes, we'll simply add Rennes to all filters, then add a location and enter Rennes. Finally, click on Show Results. This brings us to 475 prospects, which is much better. Then, to import them into Waalaxy, just click on Create on the right. Here, we'll enter the name of the list. This will enable us to organize all our lists later on Waalaxy and find our way around. In our case, we'll enter Photography Rennes, then click on Create. Below, we're asked how many contacts we want to import. All we have to do is enter the number of prospects obtained with our search, i.e. 475, then click on Validate. From then on, all leads will be imported into Waalaxy. Importantly, as you can see here, during the import process, it says duplicated 0. In fact, these are prospects that you may have already imported once into another list, for example. Duplicates can be problematic in prospecting, especially when you're importing thousands of leads a day. Don't worry, you won't have to check for yourself whether you've already imported a prospect into the tool. Waalaxy has, by default, set up duplicate security, and you won't be able to have the same prospect in your account twice. As a result, if a lead has already been imported into Waalaxy and you import it a second time, it will appear here in duplicate and will not be shown a second time. The import of our leads is therefore underway and will take a few minutes depending on how many you import. See you when it's done. As you can see, our list of all photographers in Rennes has been imported into Waalaxy. If you want to exclude certain prospects because you already have them as customers, or if you simply don't want to contact them, just tick the box and click Delete. I'm also going to give you some other tips for importing leads via your LinkedIn search, but which aren't necessarily useful in our example. You can use what are known as Boolean operators in a LinkedIn search. The Boolean operator lets you combine different elements or specify what is expected in a search field, with the title in particular thanks to a special character. First of all, if you'd only wanted to search for wedding photographers, it would have been much better to use quotation marks in the title field in order to search for an exact expression. Why would you do this? Because if we had written wedding photographers without the quotation marks, we could have ended up with both real wedding photographers and wedding planners, for example. With the quotation marks, we'd only have wedding photographers. Secondly, let's say you're looking for specialist photographers, but you don't want wedding photographers to appear in your search results. You could start by simply searching for the word photographer in the title field, but to exclude all wedding photographers from your results, you could specify photographers' wedding notes in your search field. By formulating the query in this way, you'll get results that include photographers in the title, but exclude those with wedding in their title. In this way, you eliminate a specific subcategory of photographers, those who specialize in wedding photography, to potentially target those who are more generalists or who specialize in other areas of photography. Don't forget that you can add as many notes terms as you like to further refine your search. For example, wedding photographers' notes, portrait notes, if you also want to exclude photographers specializing in portraits. And let's finish off with the brackets. They work a bit like in mathematics and are used to create combinations with Boolean operators. For example, wedding photographers, fashion photographers, studio photographers. Here, you're looking for profiles that are either photographers, but not wedding photographers, fashion photographers, or studio photographers. These tips enable you to navigate more precisely through the search results and find the profiles that are most relevant to what you're looking for. In our example, we just searched for photographers by title and location, i.e., photographers in Rennes, so the specific characters weren't necessarily useful. But it can be useful in other cases. So now you'll know how best to use LinkedIn search to import your contacts into Waalaxy. That's all for this video on how to import leads into Waalaxy from a LinkedIn search. You don't need to have the premium version of LinkedIn Sales Navigator to import leads into Waalaxy. Nevertheless, this paid package offered by LinkedIn enables extremely precise targeting of prospects by searching for company size, seniority, or decision-maker status. So, in the next video, I'm going to show you how you can use Sales Navigator for free for 1 month. See you then.